Copilot is a powerful tool, has a lot of benefits, but it also, needs that attention on managing risks. So building a bit on what you guys have been saying already, we also hear the same thing that, for example, leaders are concerned about data oversharing and data leaks. And so we really work on providing tools and capabilities to help you manage that.
Welcome to the Also AI podcast. Discover the latest advancements in artificial intelligence through insightful discussions with industry experts. Each episode will bring a fresh perspective on AI and addresses the real-world challenges, opportunities, and interests you as an IT reseller might have or your customers could ask you about. Featuring experts from Also and leading vendors, we explore diverse insights on AI.
Welcome to the Also AI podcast. I'm Frank Lutzke, your host. Together, we'll go on an exciting journey into the future. Each season, we dive deep into different aspects of AI, showing you real-world applications and their impact. Every episode offers new insights and tackles the challenges and questions you and your customers face. As a leading technology provider, Also is dedicated to exploring the latest trends and innovations driving the future of technology. In this first season, AI Insights with Microsoft, we meet with experts from Microsoft and Also. And in today's episode, we explore Microsoft 365 Copilot. Warm welcome to today's guest, Angela Byers, Senior Director, SMB Copilot Growth Marketing at Microsoft. Hi. And welcome to you, Angela.
Hi, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
And from Also side, we have Jevgeni Tkatsov, COC Group Lead Microsoft at Also Group. Welcome, Jevgeni. Nice to have you here with us.
Hi, thanks for having me. Great to be here and to discuss Copilot.
Thank you very much. I am looking forward to today's session about Microsoft 365 Copilot. Before we begin, I would love to have a short introduction from both of you, and let's just start with Angela.
Sure. Well, you did a great introduction already, so I'll build on that. In my role, I lead growth strategy and marketing for small and medium businesses at Microsoft, and that includes Microsoft 365 Copilot and our latest Copilot chat for this segment. I've been at Microsoft for over 14 years, 20 years in the tech industry, so just really excited about this wave of AI. It's unlike any other technology transformation before.
Wow. 14 years. That's quite a long time. We are happy you were our guest today. Yevgeny?
Great, thanks. I'm with Also almost 20 years now, working in the distribution business. And Also, as you may know, is the leading indirect provider in EMEA. We are in 30 different countries today with the office. I'm originally from Estonia, but today I'm based in Berlin, in Germany. And my role partly is to enable our sales organizations and our channel partners with the knowledge and expertise, and of course the tools to win customers over the competition.
Thank you very much, Yevgeny. Let's dive into our first topic. Since we are discussing Copilot, it's important to address the biggest question, especially for our Also partners who might not be familiar with what Microsoft 365 Copilot truly is.
Yeah. So in summary, Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI-powered personal assistant. It harnesses the capabilities of the latest large language models, GPT-4o, and it combines it with data from your web activity, Microsoft Graph, and apps you use every day, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and Teams. And it also has over 1,800 plus pre-built plugins. So whether you have data or you have systems like Adobe or ServiceNow or more, you can easily have Microsoft 365 Copilot reason over those as well. And all of this is safeguarded with our comprehensive security. So that's kind of in a nutshell. I can't wait to unpack that more with both of you.
For all partners, this is crucial. Copilot offers numerous possibilities, but I think the key question is how they can begin to adopt Copilot. How can we, at Also support our partners in starting to work with Copilot and their customers. Jevgeni, what are your thoughts about this?
Sure, gladly. And thanks for this question. It's very fascinating to see how fast we are moving with Copilot and how fast Copilot develops, right? So lots of new features come in basically every month, and it's very hard to keep up with that. So what we discovered is that it's not the same as other products when it comes to the partner readiness, partner enablement in general. It's much, much faster pace of delivering the content, changing the content. But the main support that we provide today is helping resellers really to get up to speed with everything that happens around, get trained when it comes to the readiness so that the resellers get the technical knowledge and the capabilities, but it's also about really just making sure that the customers are also getting their tenants secured. So it's all about really preparing the resellers to do the security assessments and other things. But I think that we can touch the security a bit later during the conversation. And then, of course, it's about really making sure that customers will be able to adopt the new technology. And this is where our resellers need special treatment, I would say. And we need to ensure that the resellers will be able to help the customers in the change management, right? Adoption is really a process. It's not something that you do once and then everybody start using. It's really about making sure that the customer and the users at the customer side are always learning something new. It's a continuous learning for them. It's changing processes for the management. So it's a lot of things that the resellers can help with for customers to adopt the Copilot. And this is what we're going through. And that's through the readiness activities, enablement, and of course the go-to-market activities, along with the end customer adoption workshops that we drive or we help resellers to drive to help them to implement the things in the customer side. Lots of things, really. It's hard to put everything in a couple of minutes conversation here.
Now that Copilot has been available for over 12 months for SMBs, Angela, could you share some key insight that Microsoft has observed, specifically trends, analyze data about SMBs customers, and notable use cases?
Yeah, absolutely. I think building on what Yevgeny was saying, what's amazing about Microsoft 365 Copilot is the range of possibilities and use cases we are seeing our customers using. They're using it to help them with what we call universal tasks, things that like summarizing emails, meeting recaps, just saving time on routine tasks, which we can reinvest into doing things that we would all rather do than the mundane tasks. And we're also seeing SMBs and really businesses of all sizes using Copilot to streamline specific functions, whether that's helping the marketing team create tailored copies to generate more demand faster, or supporting the customer-facing staff to respond to inquiries faster and more accurately. What we're seeing is just a huge amount of excitement and adoption from SMBs. 80% of employees from SMBs are already using AI at work. I love hearing some of our very own specific customer stories, like Newman's Own. It's a US food company. They use Copilot in their creative ideation, and they're able to triple the number of campaigns they run in a month now. Another one I love coming from Europe, the Rider Firm. It's a bicycle manufacturer in UK. They're using Copilot to help them consolidate product specs data across commerce systems that are distributed across 3 time zones. And then they feed that into their website, and that allows their customers to more easily find the exact part that they need for their bike. I'll leave you with this one stat, which we're just, so proud of. We did a Forrester New Technology Projected Total Economic Impact research last year on SMBs who are using Microsoft 365 Copilot. And over a 3-year period, the return on investment is projected to be up to 350%. So we're just really amazed that our technology is helping so many SMBs run and grow their business.
Ooh, well, I really don't know what else to say, because a return of investment of more than 350% is truly remarkable. It's hard to find a comparison for this. At the beginning, you mentioned something very important: time saving. This is something that drives most of us, and in my life, that would be a game changer. None of us have an abundance of time, and having Copilot, especially Microsoft 365 Copilot, to save time is crucial for all of us. Thank you for this overview and on adoption and usage. It is indeed very important. Being a customer zero for Microsoft 365 Copilot, helping to refine and enhance its capabilities before it reached the market, is important. Jevgeni, are we at Also customer zero, and can we share a story about that?
Oh yes, I can. Just say first of all that I totally agree with what Angela have told, and we see clearly the same trends here in SMB space and SMC space as well. But we are definitely a customer zero. We started to implement Copilot before it was out as an enterprise customer. We got early access to Copilot, and I think that today most of the people in the organization, in the offices, are using Copilots. I can tell you a couple of stories where we see the most impact. If you put aside all the tiny little things that actually have big impact, like meeting notes, this kind of things, all right, which is super helpful for everyone, transcripts especially. So these things are already kind of, like personal assistant, but something that you use every day and you take it as granted. But lots of things that we see where Copilot helps us a lot. For example, in the marketing department, lots of content that they write today is done with the help of Copilot. And we see that they make it much faster, much more compelling as the text and the copyright that they do, and it really looks amazing. And the time saving so that they can do actually much faster things and much more things at the end, it's just great. Another thing is really about gathering information, aggregating information, analyzing this information that is gathered. And I always bring up when I talk to large accounts, or presenting the Copilot at the events, then I bring out my own experience, my own story. And one of these good examples is to analyze the SWOT tables that we get from the countries every year, right? So every country sends their SWOT analysis to me, and then I need to see what's actually going on in the markets. And before Copilot, it took me about 2 to 3 weeks to make this analysis and prepare the results of this analysis to the management board. So this year, it took me, so basically already last year, it took me really just 40 minutes to get done the presentation that even this presentation was prepared with the help of Copilot. So really the time saving here is just incredible. So it's very clear that more and more people in the organization are using it now. So even in finance, and I think there's much more that we can utilize in the future, but we discover piece by piece. And I think that it's clear that it's important that every reseller as well would be a customer zero when it comes to the AI technology.
That's really nice. Personally, I was also customer zero as well. I was among the first people at Also to benefit from using Copilot. And next to the dazzling first steps in AI, I can emphasize that time saving is the most important aspect for me by far. Sometimes it feels like magic. Thank you very much, Jevgeni. I believe being a customer zero is crucial to staying ahead of everyone else. Angela, I know you were customer zero. Could you share some ways Microsoft is supporting or has supported the role of Copilot internally, and how you, Angela, are using it?
Yeah, we like to say we drank our own champagne. So we've been drinking our own champagne since day one. And, fast forward to, a little under 2 years later, Copilot is really used throughout every department at Microsoft. So just to highlight a few, our sales team, for example, uses Copilot to improve pipeline hygiene in our CRM, because we've got this really cool feature to automatically update the CRM from Outlook, as an example. And they're using it for, generating real-time insights about the customers to help the account team collaborate together. So, with using capabilities like that, in one business unit, Copilot is providing 10% more pipe and 40% more close opportunities. Copilot, another example, is helping our customer support department resolve cases faster and on the first time. And so one team is getting 9% faster first time response rate and 12% increases in the cases handled per week. And we're using in our finance and legal and HR department as well. Just, responding to issues faster, saving time, able to respond to queries through self-service virtual agent. We could probably have an entire podcast just about all the stories and learnings we have at Microsoft as well. Well, you asked what's some of my, my favorite prompts. So I think practically daily and maybe even an hourly prompt I use is literally, summarize the following in half the length. I think just clear and concise communication is so valuable. And I use that all the time as my co-editor. Another one I use pretty much hourly is, hey, catch me up what's been said in the meeting so far. I'm often double booked. And so when am late to a meeting, I can catch up quickly and just hit the ground running with it.
Fantastic. As said, it's time saving. I'm using Copilot often and I don't know how much time I really could reduce in my daily business. My stress level would say a lot, but saving time was on 7 to 9% by response time is amazing. And I think really important to just underline this more and more, because Copilot is so much more than just a few apps, but having a look into the topic of data security. And I think this is a topic which is driving us, especially in Germany. Maybe this is a German mentality, but I think this is an important topic for all of us. So Copilot data security? Jevgeni, one thing we hear linked with AI in the press often and is about data security and compliance. What measures are there within Copilot to ensure that data is really secure?
Thanks for coming back to this topic. I think it's an extremely important topic, and we hear more and more in the news all kind of stories about data leakage, sensitive information going into your own hands. And I think that a lot of customers actually have this fear of sensitive information getting outside the organization, or wrong people get data within the organization. So I think this fear still exists, and we need to really work on that. And I think that some of the stories actually pretty scary, and they're true stories with the real life scenarios, right? So it's not something unusual. So I think there are a couple of aspects there for sure. It's really about preparing the data. So data labeling, ensuring that data is cleaned out. So all the data that is not relevant anymore, all data is cleaned out as well from the tenants. It's around really making sure that the sensitivity labels are on the right spot, right? So all the sensitive information is marked as such. And of course, it's about securing the data in general, and making sure that the users are also secure. So everything about security and data protection should be set up. And I think that many partners still struggle today. And so based on our service that we do in the countries, especially in Western European markets and German market, for example, where security is really, and data protection is really on the high level. And it's really, as you mentioned, this mentality is probably true, right? And we see clearly that there is a need for the partners to be ready to ensure that security is on the perfect level. And I can show that many partners are really not comfortable yet to really work on that on the good level, so that they would be confident. But there is one thing that I really love about one of the releases for Copilot recently is the SharePoint search restriction, where you can actually start using Copilot without having the fear that some data will be discovered, so say, through the search through SharePoint files. So I think that these kind of little things, but not little things, actually can help a lot to take away the fear to start using the Copilot. And SMBs love this feature very much. But all over, I think it's important to make sure that, first of all, the customer is really comfortable with starting using, feeling comfortable, ensuring that the security is on the level that nothing happens while using Copilot. And we have to do a lot more work here to make customers feel more safe, because the media is brutal, right? So we still see a lot of these stories.
Yes, definitely. Feeling safe is really important for all of us. We've already demonstrated at Also and Microsoft that being customer zero isn't as daunting as it might seem. Everything is possible. And there is no need to be fearful because we will support you and help you navigate through the complexities of setting things up and preparing data. Angela, what are your thoughts on Copilot AI data security?
Yeah. Again, like super important conversation. Copilot is a powerful tool, has a lot of benefits, but it also, needs that attention on managing risks. So building a bit on what you guys have been saying already, we also hear the same thing that, for example, leaders are concerned about data oversharing and data leaks. And so we really work on providing tools and capabilities to help you manage that. For example, we've got reports and dashboards that help you identify content that might have been overshared too broadly. We have a oversharing report that can give you policy recommendations on fixing excessive permissions. We actually recently published a blueprint that's available publicly, a blueprint on how to address oversharing. So walk you through how to get started, deploy, and continue to operate securely. Another one we hear a lot about is security leaders wanting to identify risky AI use. And so we really provide tools to protect against data loss and insider risks. Yevgeni already mentioned sensitive labeling of files. That set of capabilities we've been iterating for a while, and it is just so valuable. And as you know, Copilot inherits all of that security and compliance rights. So the Copilot responses and created files, they will just inherit the protections from the source file. So all of that investment you put into it, it goes right on to being used in the age of AI. And lastly, we hear leaders, wanting to be able to govern AI use to meet regulations and policies. So we also provide reports and audit log entries so they can have visibility into Copilot interaction text and link files. You can search it in the admin search results, and we enforce lifecycle policies and legal holds on Copilot prompts and responses as well. So super top of mind for us, and we're going to continue to even deliver more tools and capabilities to help business leaders feel confident.
Thank you very much, both of you. It's crucial to emphasize that there is no need to be afraid. This is the most important message for this topic within our session today. While data protection may present some challenges at times, with the support of Also and Microsoft, you don't need to worry anymore because we will be there for you. As Yevgeni and Angela have mentioned, there are numerous tools, blueprints, and resources available to help you drive your business with Copilot. Looking into the future, we are still at the beginning of Copilot's evolution. We've seen some announcements from Microsoft about the Copilot products lineup, and we'd love to hear about these updates and the vision for Copilot, including chat and AI agents. Angela, could you share more about this?
Yeah. Well, our vision really remains empowering every employee with a Copilot and transforming every business with agents. And so while Microsoft 365 Copilot remains our best value AI subscription, we wanted to provide more flexible purchasing and deployment options. And that's why we introduced Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat in January. It's a new way for every business to quickly and securely scale AI adoption. So no employees left behind. It combines three things. It has the free, secure, enterprise-ready AI chat that's powered by GPT-4o and grounded in the web. It includes agents that will enable business to reimagine processes and realize real cost savings. They're integrated right into the chat experience, and they are paid for on a meter consumption basis. So you only pay for what you use. And it also has the third part, which is the IT controls that we were just talking about that ensures the enterprise-grade security, privacy, compliance, and management.
When I first heard about Wave 2, I was thrilled. It was amazing and exceeded my expectations. Now, hearing about Copilot Chat sounds incredibly interesting, and I'm eagerly looking forward to using it and seeing how Copilot will evolve in the future. So, here's a crucial question for both of you. Where should partners go if they want to find out more information on adopting Copilot or building a Copilot practice in for their customers. Let's start with Yevgeni.
All right, thanks. Yeah, lots of things were announced recently from Microsoft, and I think that the agents is really the future. I think Satya was very clear about that as well. And so when it comes to also where to start for the resellers is definitely also AI Academy is the starting point where resellers will find all the information about upcoming trainings from sales to deep technical trainings. And of course, through that, you will get access to all the GTM resources that we prepare for you together with Microsoft or white label materials, as well as the workshop in the day materials where you can find all the information about how to build your workshop for your customers. So start with AI Academy from Also, and you will get all the resources in the fingertip.
Thank you, Yevgeni. Angela, you've shared many interesting points and preparations for our partners. Where should they go if they need more information and want to delve deeper into these resources?
Yeah, well, it sounds like also Academy is a great resource. And in addition, we also make a lot of the resources publicly available. It goes back to that point about customer zero. Just highly encouraged each of the listener out there to start making Copilot part of your everyday business activities. Whether that is the saving time or, hey, trying out the new agents. We actually have a set of out-of-the-box agents that help anyone be more productive, whether that is the writing coach to give you detailed feedback to help your communications get better, or we've got this idea coach to help you brainstorm, or a visual creator to help you create images and videos. So I really just encourage every listener out there to get out and try. And yeah, we continue to flesh out what we like to spotlight, what we call the Copilot Success Kit for small and medium-sized businesses. It's a great resource to wayfind into more in-depth resources. So for example, it just got updated with some really easy to follow instructions on how to start using Agent Builder and Copilot Chat. So you can try out building some agents like an onboarding, which is a really popular scenario, or contract and legal review, just document reviews, another really popular scenario. So just really excited for what each of you is going to do with Microsoft 365 Copilot and Copilot Chat.
Wow. The Also AI Academy and Copilot Success Kit are indeed fascinating resources, and we are excited to share them with you, dear listeners. Join the Also AI Academy and explore the Copilot Success Kit. You can find all links in the show notes and on the website. Time is flying. And as we approach the end of our session, I must say I'm even more thrilled. It feels like we are not in wave 2, but in wave 3 and 4 combined. It's exciting to see what's ahead, what's coming next, and what is already possible with Copilot. A big thanks to our guests, Jevgeni Tkatsov from Also and Angela Byers from Microsoft, for the interesting topics and insights you shared with us around Microsoft 365 Copilot. I had a wonderful time. It was a joy talking to you both, and I'm a bit smarter than before. Hope this goes out to the listeners as well. Thank you for tuning in to Also AI Podcast and the season AI Insights with Microsoft. My name is Frank Lutzke, your host. Stay curious, stay informed, and join us next time.
Also AI Podcast. Whether you're an IT reseller or simply curious, we hope today's episode has inspired new ideas and perspectives. The conversation continues beyond this episode. Share your thoughts and ask your questions. For more resources, links, and product details discussed today, don't forget to check out our show notes and visit our podcast website.